Okay. So there will be no face cam today, um, because I wanted to show you guys what is basically going on Outlast Trials. So, Outlast Trials is basically a horror game. If you haven't played Outlast games from the 1 and 2, um, or if you've seen my gameplay, which that game's like pretty fun and scary. I gotta say, I really enjoyed playing Outlast games. I am the biggest fan. Um, it's amazing how they just like developed it and been able to play their horror game basically. Um, yeah, today we're gonna talk about Outlast Trials. If you can see, I got many tabs open from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the Outlast games that has been showing, basically. The first trailer that has come out is from this. So, we're gonna basically watch this together, and we're gonna see, and we're gonna analyze it. So, yep, here we go. By the way, viewer discretion advised. This is gonna be so much pain, lots of blood, gore, stuff like that. But if you guys can handle it, if not, please, you can move out of the other channel. Once you're good, then we'll continue.
Night vision device fully operational, sir.
Excellent. Bring in the other subjects.
Grab my hand!
So that was the first trailer that has ever come out of the Outlast Trials trailer. So, if we can go back from this point of view about which the doctors were basically playing the music and getting ready for their basically test subjects. That's what they call them. So they put this basically a goggles. So they drill them right on their skull, on like literally like on their skull. They drill it and then they put their night vision goggles. As you can see, there's like basically night visions like from the game from the 1 and 2, because there's gonna be many doors. There's gonna be many rooms that is basically gonna be darkness. And if we can see how they basically said operational subject of night vision goggles ready, and then he says perfect, bring in the other subjects, so there's going to be more subjects. And this part shows about like how it's going to look like. Many rooms, doors, oh my gosh, so many stuff has happening. And then we got our first monster, or well, test subject, I would believe. This is basically a Tom Man. If we could go back and pause where we at, like here. This is the tall man. He has some hammer. He really does look so freaking tall. But we cannot see his face, which kind of sucks. But we get our first chase. We can look back with the hammer and it's basically chasing them. And then we see a survivor, basically another survivor that we could be able to be with a person. So I've been hearing all about this, watching this many of the website of the Red Barrels. There is going to be multiplayer, which I am so excited about. But to me, I have no friends. So, as you can see, let's go back for quite a bit. Freedom ends in 2021. This is when they first released. No, they did not release it, but basically the first release of the trailer came out in 2020. And they announced that they're gonna be able to like release on the 2021, but they delayed it because they need more time. They're not a big company, but which they are big, but they're not a big people. Basically, they need more time. They need more like information, basically. So they delayed it, and they are set back to 2022. So that was the first trailer that basically comes out, and now we can see about the others, and this is where they show all the trailer for. Matter of fact, let's watch this trailer. Basically, this one is about their first trailer of the game, of basically showing about all the information and all this stuff. But here we go. This is the second trailer that's come out from last year, and enjoy. Again, this is going to be much bloody and all the stuff that you can see, but enjoy.
Come on!
I want you to know that you are safe. I'm your friend. Why did you come here? You presented yourself as able-bodied and eager to make improvements.
Wicked child!
But your behavior... Don't fight the process.
I'll learn you!
We're all working to unlock your potential.
You can't hide
Your new self. A better self. A productive member of society. Thank you for volunteering for the therapy. We are all going to get better together.
So that was the second trailer that has come out for the Outlast Trials, and now we're gonna go back to the beginning. So this basically says that all game footage is a work in progress and it is not final. Basically, they still need to work on basically working on what they need to do or what they need to do best. So they're gonna retry it again, and then now they need to do like to fix something or like what was wrong. So if you can see, we were in our first chase with the tall man, hit us with the axe and killed us basically. Now this is what I'm curious about. What I'm seeing here is I would believe this is gonna be the safety room. And as you can see, this is a security guard, and this company is called the Murkoff, which basically from the first game, which basically many of the test subjects that is basically there with the human being people, then they just like experiment with them. So we got our tables there. This place looks really nice, and I would believe you could be able to walk around and see and like explore basically. And if you can see on our tubes, maybe this is where you can be entered and go to the next level. and this will be sent to the SAS, which I don't even know what that means. But holy cow, this is big. So yeah, we can be able to go around. We can probably talk to this person, but I'm not really sure. But I would believe this is a microphone, which basically they can hear like what we are doing and what we're saying. I think this is where you can press the button to like go to the next level. So we're gonna be going. Like I said before, here is where this is your safety room, maybe, where you're gonna wake up for the game. I'm not really sure, but this is crazy. You see this gate is like literally closed, and then the doctors just walks around. I would believe that we can be able to walk around here as well. So again, here there's a security guard, gate closed, door closed, the doctors like doing some other subjects, and we can be able to walk around again. So that's really not that bad. And here, okay, I would believe that this is going to be our next level to go. You see to the toy factory, which you are able to go. And like I said before, this is going to be a multiplayer. Or maybe, I think you could play solo player, but I'm not really too sure. So that you can play with 1, 2, 3, 4 players. And 4 players and try to manage to survive. With this, yikes, this, I don't even know what should I call them. There were people, but then now they just turned into test subjects. So I'm just gonna call them a creature. Whatever. But this is the, I don't even know what this is, but there's a company again for the logo of the Murkoff. This is gonna be the inside building, not the outside, which I am so scared about that. It's like from the movie of the Saw, like Gideon's meat plant. Duck Duck Goose. You're gonna love it. Alright, you see many of the things they are working on, which, like I said before, this house, this is gonna be scary. It would seems that you could see there's a mannequin that's gonna be able to do this and that stuff. You can see the doors blocked, and then, oh jeez, this number 1's for the upstairs, number 2 is do. Number 1 says cry. I am not really sure what that means. And then number 2 means play, which basically this is where you're going to get chased for some of the creatures. But there are many mannequins. I don't know why there's many mannequins. But I really hope there's not that basically many monsters walking around. Blood there. There's a person that you can actually see there, like from the first mannequin that we saw from the first video. The next one is this, yikes. This looks like a people, but it is really scary. Which she's gonna basically, kill us. And then there's others, which that's so crazy about. Many of the survivors are dead. So this is what I'm so curious about. And this guy's crouching. This looks like you're inside of the, I don't even know how to say this, but I would believe that you're inside some kind of a business thing. But this guy is like, didn't see him, I suppose, because he's crouching. So I don't think he has eyes, but if you like basically make like noise, he'll be able to go after you. Now this part is where our characters like chopped our ribs off. We're crawling, and then this is a Tom-Man, which he basically finished him off with the blow. Yeah, there he goes. And this part is so crazy about like how you can be able to like get a help, like with your teammate, and then you get give them a hand. His night vision goggles is gonna be so crazy. We could be able to kick doors, which is awesome. But this is the first guy that we just first met at the last video, not the last video, but we saw from a few seconds ago. It's where the eardrums. I would believe if you make like really loud noise, they'll go insane. So I don't know about that. I'm not sure if I'm right, but I really hope, which is crazy. There's gonna be traps there, so we're gonna have to be careful now. As you can see, like how there's this trap here, and then it's gonna be able to stun us. Maybe, I'm not really sure, but it'll give us a damage basically. I don't even know what's this. Oops, sorry. I don't even know what's this part, like where you basically create your own, and this looks like a cross. I'm not really sure. It's just like, boom, and then it exploded, and then it zapped him. Maybe. I think you could be able to like create something for the puzzle game. Exactly. Yeah. There is gonna be a puzzle, and there's so many objectives that you need to do, and while you're being in this insane place of the Murkoff city. And also, as you can see there, that we could be able to fight back now. We could throw some bottles. We could plant landmines, if you could see, of the Murkoff logo. So we could be able to do that, and also throw bottles again, which that's totally gonna be amazing. It's gonna be awesome, cool, and now we can just like be able to like defend ourselves. And I would believe that like they stunned them, and we will be able to have like chance to escape, which is gonna be awesome. And this part, which I was totally amazed about how this freaking guy just gonna come out the door.
Mommy made me ugly. Mom put makeup on me and she made me ugly.
So we basically see this guy come out of the locker, which this creature monster is gonna hide inside the locker, which the survivor was gonna hide in the locker, but this person came out of the locker and this starts scaring us, which that is totally gonna be so scary about it. So we see all others, creatures, monsters, all that stuff, and then this person, the locker, is gonna beat us. And there's a police officer, which, oh my gosh, many things are gonna happen, which is crazy, and it's going too fast, which we don't know what's gonna happen. But this is basically the logo of the Murkoff, how we're totally safe, and this is us, and then we just be able to like help them, just like do their experiment, which I gotta be honest with you, that's not even awesome. I do not want to be that kind of place. And by the way, this is kind of based on a true story. Not really, but I mean it is. But this is a really crazy part. But this is Outlast Trials, basically. So everybody was so mad, literally mad, how they released this for 2022. They haven't said any date. They haven't given us an update for the date. They haven't released the game. But it's amazing how they just like be able to like give us these crazy trailer. In which honestly we're still waiting for the game. But all I heard is that this game is gonna be on the PC only. Which I'm so glad about PC. So I don't know. That's what I heard. I really thought it was gonna come out on April or maybe May, but they didn't. So I think they're gonna release it probably like on August or September. So that's my guess. If not, then we're probably gonna get close to the December, like middle of the half. But hopefully it does not change for the 2023. Because if it does, then that's gonna suck. So that's it for this second trailer of the Outlast Trials, and now we're gonna go to the music and sound that they have been creating, and it's for the behind the scenes. If you want to look at it yourself, you can be my guest. You can go look at this, and this is about the sound and music that they're gonna be able to give us. So enjoy, and let's listen to this. What does people have to say?
My name's Francis Bruss. I'm the audio director here at Red Barrels. So my day-to-day job is to figure out special ways to creep people out and to make audio a integral part of the Outlast brand. From the VO recordings, from music, from sound effects, from integration, pretty much all the facets of audio is what I do. Having a new composer for the game is a huge part of Outlast Trials. That's something that we're so excited about, because the whole goal of having Tom as a composer is using his ability to tie everything together into one unit of a game. Tom has an amazing background in video games. I can't list half of the game that he's worked on. He gives master classes to other composers. So for him, he was just incredibly motivated to be part of Outlast Party.
Hi, I'm Tom Salta, and I'm the composer for the original score to Outlast Trials. Working with Red Barrels was really a fun and unique experience for me, and working with Francis was just incredible. What I really like about it's also challenging but fun at the same time, is that I came on a bit earlier than I normally do. On a lot of these kind of big AAA games, whether it was Battlegrounds or Ghost Recon, Halo stuff. I usually come on right at the end. Things happen fast. With Outlast Trials, it's different. It was earlier in the development stage, and it's giving me a chance to see it come to life and maybe contribute ideas that can affect the mechanism of the game itself, which is like, this is amazing, because it's like, I'm like a kid in a candy store. So for the theme of Outlast Trials, we obviously wanted this to be really super special. And me personally, given my love of this game and the music that I'm doing, I wanted it to check off a few things that I really didn't have much precedent for. I wanted something that was just purely scary to listen to. I wanted also something that had some melody to it, something that was memorable but also with a melody, and something that was simple enough that you could just play it on a piano. One of the first things that that came to mind, and I don't know where it came from, was that little phrase, that da ba da ba ba da ba. That was like, wow, okay, that feels right. Finding that simple idea that you immediately know it's Outlast Trials, and it immediately scares you. And then seeing that come to life when we developed the theme and then brought in the full orchestra, I mean, that was like, yes, it's alive.
%50 of the experience is audio-driven. It is the immersion factor that will pull the player in, that'll keep the player within the world, and it'll keep that tension. Those build-ups or really releases down to zero, that I think the audio is the main factor in that, and that's how we keep the player stuck in the game, in the world with us. That's going to be the challenge, and I think we're up to it. We're up to it.
Another thing that is so much fun with creating the music for Outlast Trials is it just gives me the opportunity to get some props and try to come up with some textures and sounds that really are terrifying, but based on, 50s technology or toys or things like that. I went on eBay and I found this thing. I mean, an innocent plaything can be very terrifying. My kids get scared when I show this to them. I think they've seen too many horror movies, but what's scary about this? Woo, apparently a lot. Taking those things and using them to create scary sounds, textures, and music. I mean, come on. I'm getting paid for this?
So that was the first document and behind the scenes for the sounds and music of Outlast. And I want to give props to Tom Salta for creating a game that is basically
in video game.
Give us the many of the games of that how he makes a real good sound in the music, like Halo. Oh my gosh, I'm a biggest fan of Halo. I love it. I am so fan of it. But Ghost Recon, which everybody really loves that game. Yeah, like that's all the games that he has been making. And as you can see, if we go forward a little bit, where it shows us about the music, which he was explaining about how the Outlast of the how should it should sound. Sorry. As you can see, it's the Outlast Trials theme. So this is gonna be basically on our main menu basically, and this was made by Tom Salta. Again, shout out to this guy. This is for the main theme, and this music is like how it gives us of how chilled our body is gonna be. So if we can go back, like how we see that a little bit of image that shows at the inside of the gameplay. So again, we already saw this. I'm trying to go back. Okay, here we go. This is where it's gonna show, which there's gonna be lots of body meats everywhere, which that's brutal to see. And then we're gonna see the part where they go inside of the gameplay, which there's no colorful, there's all the 8-bits everywhere. So if you can see like how the photo was like dropped, like this is where it shows us about the gameplay of inside, which it's currently insane. Like there's gonna be upstairs, downstairs, the whole room they'll be able to put there, but there's no objects yet. But they haven't put like full of I forgot the word, but you know what I mean, right? Just like a full of a graphics basically. But this is where we see is that we can be able to jump, of course. Many of the pixels later thing, but it looks like we can touch some other things, that we can be able to drop something, make noise, and we can be able to have a chance to hide. So that's like Outlast 1, the trial 1 for the sound and music, and now we're gonna go for the second one. In this one, we're gonna learn about the characters. Here we go.
Outlast has this history of creating those very iconic enemies, and I feel like fans are expecting us to deliver those iconic enemies again in a different level. We tried to kind of figure out how the infection is gonna work in the characters with all the new mechanics and with all the new abilities that we have, but we don't want to make it like too high in terms of technology, because in the 50s everything was a little bit more limited. My job is basically kind of trying to do a lot of the research of how make something that looks high tech look like low tech and give this 50s twist to it. And it's pretty fun because at the end of the day, I have a lot of possibilities of creating those characters and trying to portray a little bit of their daily basis. My favorite character, it's Gooseberry. I was completely intrigued by her story because she is this TV show host for kids. But like off camera, she has this whole like dark side, and she's supposed to look like motherly looking. She's supposed to have this like motherly feel for kids, but in reality, when you look at it, it's a completely different story. Because it's an Outlast game, it needs to feel off in a way. Like he had this super jolly face, that she's pretty, she is perky, but her face needed to be removed. And we had all these like references of prostheses of people that go to war and they lose their face, they have their face burned. And the couple of first sketches, it was already way too off, and this is something that we wanted to avoid. You know, we had something, but it was not there. So the moment I did the third interaction with her was the moment that they were like, all right, we have something there. Gooseberry is a double character. She has major daddy issues, and the puppet is the full representation of her father, which was a horrible person. And from there, we passed it over to the 3D team, where they did an amazing job portraying her in her most beautiful way. Coyle is our second prime asset in the game. He is this police officer with a very distorted notion of law. Whatever you think is right, he's gonna put his twist on it. He likes to torture his victims with electricity in many different ways. He has this sort of fetish of sexual assaulting people with his baton. Coyle is not only about the mechanic of playing, but also the background and his twisted ways of showing law.
Thank you for volunteering for the therapy.
There's a lot of anxiety on my part because creating a game takes a lot of time, and creating those characters, making them come through and, like, you know, shine, it takes a long time because it's a collective effort. Animation, effects, programming, you know, until we actually see the full thing, it might take like 3-4 years, if not more. Because these are very important characters at the end of the day, and you know, it's a lot of work.
4 years. That'll ruin my life. Anyways, that's a second trial for the characters. I just want to say I was so shocked when they released the YouTube video on this part, which that is so crazy. As you can see, how they were making one of these videos, if you can see the pixelated right there, now they put like the clothing in this. I would believe this is like the wire that he has for the shock, for the gas, and or whatever it is, generator for the stick that he's using for, like he said, that he's a abuser of torture people. He's a police officer, which basically sucks. But look at his face. Oh, jeez, would you run? But seriously, this is gonna be so much crazed about it. I would never mess with this guy. But let's take a look about these variations of the different kinds of survivors that we could be able to see. We can play male, female, colors, anything you want. This is the markup for the night vision camera that you'll be able to use no matter what. They cannot take it off. You can just take it off. You can put it on, take it off, whatever you get when you need to do when you're in a dark vision mode. In the dark vision. So these goggles that I am seeing right now, which I'm really curious, I think you can customize what kind of goggles that you wanted. That's what I'm thinking. Like, can you choose your own goggles? Is it going to be like a battle pass like the others? Can you grind for it? Is there like going to be a story mode? Because if it is, then darn, that's going to be so scary. Yep, this is the different each of the goggles that he has right now. Which, that's totally amazing. And I don't even know what this is. I honestly don't know what this is. This is the rig A, rig B, components. Power level. Oh, okay, so I think this is the battery, basically. But I am not really sure what this... I think this is a battery or probably a microphone. Not this one, but I would believe this looks like a microphone. Nope, this is not a microphone. I just see this. My bad, sorry. The Drugmaster ink, the Myrrh, the Sulfade. This is a power. I think this is for your battery of your night vision goggles. So we'll need to find this the juice for the energy of the night vision goggles. So that's cool. And I don't know about this one. This looks like a microphone, to be totally honest, like the way I see this. But yeah. So I would believe this is like a night vision goggle where you press the button. You can customize your characters for this as well. So let's just move on to the next one. Alright, this is definitely for turning on the switch, because like as you can see, like there's an on and off, and then on and off. There's a switch and all that stuff. But hopefully not. This is the landmine that we just saw for the second trailer of the Outlast of the gameplay, which that is totally awesome. I have no, oh well, there it goes. This looks like a gas or smoke, maybe. Not really sure. Landmine. This is for your probably your night vision camera. Here we go. This is where, yeah, this is it. Yeah. Okay, I see. I have been watching this for like over and over and over and over. So let's just watch this character. I would believe this is the professor that has been working on the night vision goggles. Sorry. This ugly ass guy. This guy looks so insanely scary. He's a really tallest guy. This hand is like literally gone. I don't know if he can see or not see, but there is a hole for the eyes that he'll be able to see. But this is the hand, which he has. I don't know if he has the hand, but if he doesn't, or if he does, then that's okay. I think this is what he's going to be able to use to beat our face, maybe. Yeah, he is really tall, bent as well. So let's just continue more. I think this is for... I'm not really sure if they're gonna like if this is their idea to put in a monster inside of the Outlast game, or maybe you could just be able to choose the different monsters, like what kind of monster do you want, if you want this or that one, you know. That's gonna be awesome. This one, I am so curious about this. I've been studying this with me and my brothers. We've been looking at this for a very, very, very long time. Seems that he is basically stuck and stranded. He is wrapped around his arms. He's stuck to the ceiling, which that's basically this chained like an animal, cannibal, behind like an animal. He'll be able to use his legs to walk around. He has a face open. He has a mouth. I don't know. It's just like covered with a mask on it. So basically, he can jump over things, which that's totally crazy. There's a survivor. We can basically peek. This is where he's gonna be able to walk around with it. Like he has his limit. Basically, you could stand. They could stand. They could just be able to chase you. But in order to do that, just like you need to stay far away, distance away from him, basically. And like I just realized that they're not wearing any shoes, which, yikes, that's gonna be painful. Like there's gonna be so much glass on the ground, you have no shoes. But this is our survivor, scared of this person because it was going towards him, but then this locked. This is locked. Again, this is probably the ideas of what they're doing. Maybe is you can choose different characters. This one is definitely going to be the same characters, by the way. But again, probably their ideas, or maybe you could choose your characters. And there's many of different monsters that they're going to be. Again, this is a tall man. You're going to see of a different variations, or not variations, but different monsters that they're going to come up with the ideas, or you could be able to choose, and their weapons seems differently, as you can see. Or I don't think they're different, but they seem different to me. This is disgusting. I'm not gonna lie to you. There's gonna be a female, male. Oh my goodness, yikes. They're coming out with the ideas and all that stuff. This is where they first released the monster that they're showing. And it would seem that they have like weapons as well. They're going to be getting weapons, and they're going to be able to use it to kill each one of us. So, you got a hammer, machete, whatever this is, the saw, which basically this guy is going to be awesome. I really like the face. I don't like this kind of thing, just like tucked in and stuff, like not my style, but hey, it's just like they do whatever they want to do. So it's their basically time. Different of characters that they're going to be able to put on our in the game of the Outlast Trials, which that's totally amazing. This guy here. This guy's like seems so scary. Like it looks like that he'll be able to throw us. He'll be able to throw the bottle at you guys, which that's kind of a scary part. His eyes is literally covered. I think he'll be able to stun us, to be totally honest, like for quite a bit, and then he'll hurt us, or whatever. But we gotta be careful on this guy. So, there are other different variations of the monsters that they're gonna be showing us. So this is again another of a different image, or yeah, the figures that they're gonna be able to put the characters in. Not putting them in, but I mean, sorry, what I'm gonna talk about. They're gonna be putting in the game, or maybe we could choose one of these guys to become the monsters. Sorry. This is a survivor, by the way. I think this is the Halloween version of basically of them. After we can become one of them, and I think we can customize our character. So that's basically that. There are many other survivors that you could play as. There's a female, male, and then male. Different characters, different figures, different art. This is their idea basically. Different goggles, all that stuff. But it would seem that they are not wearing any goggles in the first place. I think these are the test subjects that they are putting in the Murkoff, the company. And now we're gonna talk about the monsters. So, look at that. Mother Gooseberry, the woman who loves to do a show for the other many kids. She's pretty terrifying. I'm not gonna lie to you. She seems very, very addicted to the making of the shows and really loves kids. But like they said before, they need to remove her face. It's like remind me of Leatherface, how he has an ugly ass face. But it would seems that she has a issue on her dark side when we're not able to see her, like when she's off the camera. But she's gonna be a real crazy chase. I already know. Let's look at her duck. They're basically the duck. They said that this puppet will basically let her calm down, and which is crazy, is how they have the drill inside of the whatever the frick this is. This is duck, goose. I would say a goose, to be totally honest. And when she's gonna hold us, she's gonna drill. I think she's gonna drill our face. If she's gonna drill our face, that's gonna be much scarier. Ugh, that's disgusting. Poor bastards. And then we're just gonna go up the next one where it shows the bloody. And this is the figure that we're gonna be able to, or moving up, whatever it is. But it would seem that this is gonna be the victim that is gonna basically be inside of the drill or the saw, and this looks like in her room. I'm trying to see like of any kinds of things of what kind of programming that they're gonna do to her, which we're basically gonna see that. Now this part, which I am totally curious about, how we are seeing. This is a Mother Gooseberry here, and as you can see, our survivor is giving her an apple. This basically shows us about how do we like calm her down. That's what I am wondering about. How this person is scared too, like how, like the game, when the person gets close and our characters just like basically just pull their hands up just so that we don't be able to get like damage. Now the police officer, his name is Coyle, whatever it is. This is their idea basically. There's a machine that, like I said before, the wires and then the stick of the electricity. Their ideas of putting them inside of the they're putting inside the game, or maybe this is gonna be the different of the customization of your own character of the game. Like I said before, coming out with the ideas that they're doing. Maybe we can customize them, or they're just doing this for the maybe they're gonna put it in our game. All right, this is what I'm so wow. I'm amazed about this. So if you can see here, they are gonna be NPC players. This is not gonna be like the game of the Dead by Daylight. I heard many people was like talking about it. So there's gonna be many of the objectives that you're gonna be able to do, like this big place. Like geez, some tears, blah 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 blah. Proxy. Wow. Coil. Yeah. See, Coil is gonna be the police officer guy with this amazing. Oh jeez. So invisible. There's gonna be electricity, which are. This is gonna be here. Our stamina, or energy for the night vision goggles. I don't even know what this brain is, but I heard this many YouTubers said this before. This could be insanity, and of course, this is gonna be our health. There are gonna be objectives. So there's the main assignment is a valve stabilized, 0 out of 2. I think it's when you're like in solo, or a side assignment as opposed to collective. I don't even know why. But this is our character for Coil. And many people are questioning about the hand. I really hope one of them catch up with this. Basically, like, maybe this is going to be our death count. Or maybe this is going to be like our lives left, basically. If we die and then our death is going to keep going up and up and up. Or probably our life left, that we basically have 3 lives or 5 lives. We die and then we got 4 lives. We die 3, die again 2, and then 1, and then game over. You start from the beginning. That's what I'm guessing. I don't know, but I love it. Also, the invisible thing is just basically which they don't see the NPCs don't see the characters that you're basically using, which is really. Which I understand, just so they can see like what can they do like to fix it and stuff like that. But there's just their stuff they're gonna be using, that he's gonna use, in order to kill us. I wonder what the death would look like. Jeez, I'm so curious. And again, there goes Coil, walking around. This looks like a prisoner place. So this is gonna be crazy. He's gonna be able to kick us and throw us. Hopefully it doesn't give us a damage, like cheese. Next one is we're going to talk about the programming and artifact. Oh, jeez. Okay, here we go. This is what I was looking around. This is the NPC for Coiled. So speed is going to be base speed on he's going to change it to 200 if you can see. Let me go back. He's gonna change it to 200, and then speed chase is gonna be able to like be 385. I don't know if we're gonna be sprinting or just like a normal run, like from the first game of Outlast, but I'm cool with it though. Speed investigation, speed aware of a 200, speed investigation, speed unaware for the 185. Hearing full hearing distance is 575, and the hearing max hearing distance is 2700. Attack standard damage is 77. Attack of a grab and throw damage. Okay, yep, it is going to be damage, so that's going to suck. Attack and min delay for attacks 2. For the max delay for attacks 3. Patrol default waypoint and wait time is 9. Probably in 9 seconds, I'm not too sure. Patrol default waypoint max time is 14, which that is gonna be crazy. I don't know if we can slide or crawl, but we haven't seen any videos about that. But it looks like you can like lean, crouch lean. Yeah, you can crouch lean, which that is totally amazed. And this one, it would seem that you're gonna be like scared basically. So that's basically it. And also, you see this red dot, which basically when they see you, you're in a chase, and then he goes like let's go back and then hear the voice that he's saying
3-4 years.
when he basically did the attack and he missed. He goes, "You could try, boy." So that's gonna be crazy about like how this is gonna be the like Outlast Trials. I don't even know what to do about this kind of stuff, but I would believe this is gonna be amazing stuff. Oh yeah, this bloom is gonna be the stamina. Oh yeah, there's Gooseberry. Oh my gosh, I haven't even realized. But yep, that's the game of the Outlast 2 of the Trials of what do you call it? Characters. And now our final one for the trial number 3 is the storytelling inspiration, which basically is an actual Markov. Sorry, there's an actual Markov places. We'll be able to learn about this. Here we go.
My name is JT Petty. I'm the writer of the Outlast video games. Outlast Trials is about you basically you're somebody who gets picked up off of the street. You're somebody who can be vanished because you're judged as being worthless by society. If you're a drug addict or a mental patient or anybody that the government wouldn't mind vanishing in 1960, you wake up in a facility where you're basically being forced to take part in experiments. A lot of the mystery of the story is about trying to figure out what this experiment is supposed to do to you. So we wanted to set this one back in 1959 because I think the mystery of the origins of Murkoff have always been something that's just been a really interesting thing to want to explore. I also feel like 1960 is such a prime time politically in terms of secret decisions that really shaped the way the next century is going to go.
The Outlast Trials takes place before any of the other Outlast games, and so we'll be able to explore things that happened before Outlast 1 that maybe you are interested about the backstory of, or seeing some characters, maybe learning about their history before any of the events of the other Outlast games. And it draws a lot of inspiration to experiments that were actually done in Montreal on people, on their brains, on their behaviors. It's lore to us, but it's real history to real people. It's been a huge inspiration, and it's a story that hasn't ever really been told in video games, to my knowledge, so we're really excited about it.
Hi, my name is Carl Chignara. I'm a psychiatrist. This is the Allen Memorial Institute. It's a great training center, but it's also where Dr. Cameron's experiments occurred, linked with MKUltra. MKUltra was a large secret operation by the CIA that ran from 1953 to 1973. That was in the early days of the CIA. Their basic aim was to find ways to modify behaviors. The director of the hospital, this famous psychiatrist, Dr. Donald Ewan Cameron, was experimenting on patients. He claimed he could remove certain unhealthy patterns in the mind of patients and replace it with healthier patterns. So that intrigued the CIA. They first funded all kind of research that was going on. So things like mind-altering drugs, things like how to implant a device in the brain and remotely control somebody. So there was research going on, but they only went so far. What they did that was much more unethical, they became rather obsessed with LSD, and they did all kinds of weird experiments with it. They hired prostitutes to slip LSD to clients unknowingly, and then they would observe whatever occurred. They even would give LSD to CIA employees without their knowledge, just to observe what it does. So that's really dangerous. Today, it absolutely sounds like it's a conspiracy theory, but it actually happened. You can imagine that having things like sleeper agents, controlled assassins, would be kind of the perfect spies. A sleeper agent, in theory, is an agent, spy that doesn't know that he's a spy, that he can be activated from a distance. So in my opinion, if the CIA, or if anybody really could crack mind control, they would have the most devastating weapon in human history, more than nuclear weapons.
What fans can expect from Trials is more suffering, I guess.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Our third final storytelling of the Inspiration. Now we're gonna go back to the first, which he basically tells us about how we're going back to the 1960s, and which when there's a person that is basically addicted to drug addict or some other use, and the people are vanishing, like picking up a side of the road, and they're just saying how the government is like letting them, like take them, of no matter what they do. They allow them, they don't care, people, and then they're just like, Markov's is like manipulating them, basically how it's their fault basically for joining ours and do theirs, to become their subject, their test subject. Basically, like we talk about the 1959 Markov Cooperation Conduct Group experiment for the Cold War. By the way, this footage that you're seeing right now, this is actual real. And also, this guy tells us about the Outlast, and as you can see, this is the Outlast of the this is the Outlast that he is basically showing us of the last time that they're playing. It's just that July 16 that they have been viewing, like what kind of game or like what they need to do in order to fix this. I don't know what the frick did that say, but it would be like a 5 gigabytes, so it's not going to be that big. But I think it is going to be like the biggest money that they're going to have, like $60 maybe. But I know this game is going to be so big. But as you can see, this is going to be our main menu. Like, I'm so amazed how they're showing us this part, Mother Gooseberry, and then we just go. Like I said before, this is going to be the next variation or the next stage of we're going to be going like a Mother Gooseberry or Coil's place. But I have no idea. This is going to be so crazy about it. How the FBI came into the Markov and then they let them the experience on them. And if we can go forward a little bit, it shows us a little bit of the gameplay of the Outlast. So as you can see, the red eye shows us how they're being chased, how this guy grabbed his arm, sprayed the gas on his face, and it would seem that we are basically poisoned maybe. I'm not really too sure how this is gonna work, but I think that we're gonna be able to take damage and we need to find the antidote in order to cure ourselves, and we're still gonna be chased. I'm not really sure, but it's just crazy how many of the crazy things that they're happening. Like there's this guy here standing on a stage, or probably the key that we need to find for the stage 5, and the many others. As you can see, this is stage 3 maybe, which is gonna be over. Also, we could jump over things, which I am so freaking glad. And also, there's a number 4 there as well, as you can see, number 4. And there's this guy comes in. So let me put on a sound for it as well. So let's hear what this guy says. Get back! And if you can like listen to the part of the music, how it's playing, it's so scary. Weapons. Get back! It's really amazing how they're doing. This is guy, which is gonna basically be like, get back here. Probably that he said that, you big B word. Um, but yeah, that's just crazy how they'll be able to talk, and I don't know. I don't even know if we'll be able to talk too. So we'll be able to jump over things, get back, be big, be word. And there's a locker. This is a room that is basically full darkness, so we're gonna have to use our freaking energy of the night vision goggles. Again, the main assignments about stabilize the O2 and opposed to collected O3. This is going to be the objective, which basically is going to point us of what direction that we need to go, or the button for the gates that they can be able to open, and we could go in there and then find the other objectives that we could be able to build or maybe to investigate. And again, which the middle icon, it shows about how the enemy sees us, and then there's this red icon that it basically sees us, and we're going to be on chase. So we'll be able to do this kind of stuff, and this is going to be so amazing. And I want to show you guys about the Outlast that they're going to be able to give us. Now there's images, by the way. Yeah, as you can see, Outlast Trials coming soon. It's not out yet. There's other images, but we're gonna see about this big images that they have showed us about the of the Outlast Trials. So you can see this is the big parade of a circus. Maybe we'll be able to walk around, investigate, whatever. Probably the enemy team is the enemy of the NPCs are gonna look around as well. This is gonna be a stage. I think there's 5 cents over the stage, but this looks like a door here. No matter what. And then the next one is about Mother Gooseberry. As you can see, there's Gooseberry and the puppet that he's using, and the parents and the children as well. If you can see, there's pictures of the Mother Gooseberry and a picture of the puppet as well. And I'm not really sure what this is. Probably a saw, which we basically get down, and then ones are like we can be in our death, and then she puts us in here. And this is the front office, as you can see. That's what I believe. And then we go to the next one, which this is totally amazing. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. This is the grocery. This really looks like you're outside. Crazy. I think there's gonna be 2 of enemy of the NPCs that's gonna be outside of the door. I don't know if we could be able to hide under here, but I would believe that we'll be able to hide somewhere. But if we can't, then we're totally screwed. They're still inside the building. As you can see, the ceiling is basically fake. This is just like a crazy part which they're doing right now. So right now we got 3 images. There are other images that we just don't know where it is, but hopefully it's gonna be cool. But like I said before, this is gonna be a single player online co-op, cross-platforms. So we told yes, which you can play with a PC, Xbox, probably PS4. Not probably, but I know they are. But maybe they're gonna make a Nintendo Switch for it. But like I said before, they are not big people. They're basically a small team. So if you guys can be able to like go help them support and help them out and be able to finish this game, that would be really much appreciated, honestly. But there are no release date to be announced, basically. So there's not going to be anything about that. But there is the languages that you can choose, basically. There's the interference of the English, French, which there's no others. There's the Italian, German, Spanish, nothing. Full audio is going to be English, French, no Italian, German, and Spanish for the full audio. And the subtitles is totally going to be there, totally. Like if you other people cannot be understanding what's going on. But yeah, this is it, ladies and gentlemen. That is all I'm going to be showing you guys for the Outlast Trials. And I want to say thank you for guys for coming by and stop by and watch my videos of Outlast Trials that I'm be able to make. And hopefully it does release on August, because I am so hyped about it. I cannot wait anymore. But then again, I really do appreciate you guys for sticking by and watching my videos. But then again, will be able to see this again. I'll see you guys later.